So I was watching this video, and this guy was standing up there. Kind of a thick dude, same like me, you know. I'm a fat native, whatever. And this big dude, he's up there, and he's like, you gotta have something more than harsh language and a firearm to defend yourself. And something else, just throwing it out there, this is just my 2 cents. I was watching this video in Oregon, and you got this guy, and there's this homeless guy, and I think they both have a right to be in this public space, and I think the homeless guy seemed really threatening to this guy, and so he pulled out his gun. And the homeless guy like lunged at him a few times, and he just like kicked him off, but he still kept his gun out. But kind of in that situation, his gun was kind of useless because he really couldn't shoot the dude for being a lungy dumbass. I mean, I don't even know. Whatever the case, that moment, it'd have been great to have some fucking bear spray or something, you know? And maybe even secondary. Go get yourself a Grimberg gavel or build your up less lethal. Anyway, so we've got some Grimberg jewels here. That's what I loaded this marker with. We got the 8 gram. These are the V2s. This is in my Wixen magazine that I'm calling it now. I need to get another sticker for the other side. I haven't done any more orders. I got 3 more magazines to rebuild, but this is my favorite mag now because we've got the deleted winder and the cap, and it seems to be running flawlessly. I'm only running 10 of them in here, just because I plan on leaving it for long periods of time. I don't want to do any damage to the spring. I don't think it'll really harm it anyway. It's not like I really care. These aren't super expensive. I mean, I've got some more of these, but it's really nice. It's got that nice cover on it, but this is just a tabletop, so if you don't like seeing anything like that, then, go ahead and click next or whatever. Eventually I'll show me shooting this, or launching it, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But I gotta pump it. So, I don't want to interfect what I'm doing. But here's my China pump. It's just one of the cheapos. I think it cost me like $50. And it takes a while. This is a 3-stage. Some people got them 4 stages, and they've also got, someday, eventually, I'll have that, tabletop. Kind of wanted to get one of those electric pumps. That'd be great. I've been watching some less lethal videos. Anyway, I'm going to talk about, so my birthday present this year. My birthday is in October. Told my significant wife that I wanted this marker, and this is cheaper than the marker before because this one was only like, couple $250 or whatever, $250 I think it was on Amazon. Anyway, this is the Valken cqmf 68. I'm just going to talk about, I've been planning on building this for a while. I pulled my best parts that I really liked off my other stuff and kind of like put them on this thing. This is kind of what I've been doing. I wanted to get a smaller tank. That was something I was thinking about. I've got the 13 CI Valken tank. I ordered that separately on Amazon. You get those for like $50. It's got some gas in it, ready to go. We got 10 Grimbergs ready for somebody that wants to come over and learn a lesson. So with this GOG, this is the GOG on and off valve. Made this just a little bit longer so I had to drill a hole so this doesn't move, so I could put this on. It's sticking out a little bit, but still feels pretty good against the arm. I wanted to get one of those Grimberg smaller tanks. They're out of stock right now. I got on the mailing list. I don't know if they're ever going to get them again. They have like a Ninja valve and it's smaller or whatever. But I've seen on SSD's website, Sterling Defense, he has some ones. So as soon as I can generate that money, I'm going to buy one of his. He's got the smaller, I don't know if it's a 10 CI or whatever tank. It's the smaller tank. They're like, some of them are 7, 9, and 10. I haven't been able to find them anywhere, but I looked him up. He's got some. I don't know if it's the 800 or the 850 output. He's also got a 1000 output one. I'm looking for the 800. That's kind of where I'm running my marker. This is 800 output. Anyway, yeah, but I'd like to make it a few inches shorter and to be able to, and then I'd be able to, move this in a little bit. Just even if it was a couple inches in, like an inch or two or whatever. So just to drop it down just a tad, which would be fine with me. So this thing is off of my M17. Brought it over to this one. I use it more for this build. The other one I use CO2 on it. So talk about it. I've deleted the stack. Here I bypassed the valve, the bleed off valve, and you can kind of see I made a slotted bit with the same thread. I just went down and bought a bolt, cut it off, and then filed it down a little bit, and then used a Dremel tool and cut it, and then I put some glue, some gun glue on that, cause that thing to, I blacked it up a little bit, or blued it up. I don't know. There's maybe not some great light. Probably see that. But anyway, there you go. I ordered some from China. I ordered these plugs. I've seen where people had them and they're like, 2 for $10 or whatever on eBay, and then there's a bunch of people selling these things, and I can order them. You can order them for like $2. You go to Fastenal or whatever. But then they're nowhere in stock where I'm at, so I just decided to make me something until I can have that actual delete, because it looks a little more flush. I don't know. I just kind of like the look of the more flush one, but whatever. All right, so then we've got also this thing is drilled with the 3/16 and bored. So I had to use a boring bit, so it kind of cones out at the bottom. I'm taking about as much space as I can out of there, and the 3/16 bit. We've got the Wixen bumper that holds the extra oil. Got that installed. Took it all apart so I could stick the detent in there from Wixen. Like, holy guacamole, you just got to rip it all apart, and which isn't that bad, honestly. Some of the stuff I've tore apart is really hard. It just takes time, and then you get in there and switch out the detent. I watched LL Machines. He showed really great video. So I mean, there's a really good guy if you want to learn some stuff about some markers. Like, he's got some really good stuff. So I've been watching him. He switched that out, and so I tore mine apart and put it in there. I was really happy with my results. Wasn't really happy with the mags, but I think a lot of people are. But once Wixen, he's got this that follower, I kind of glued it down, deleted that thing. We got 10 Grimberg jewels in here. I'm really happy with what the jewels are doing. I kind of took a page out of Grimberg's book and cut that barrel off flush with this front end, because I just like that look. That's why I'm kind of like looking to shorten this a little bit. So this is something I can pull out. I'm ready to go. Somebody comes in my house, this is the first thing I'm pulling out before I pull out to the Civil War 6 guns. Anyway, this Axion sight, this is just cheap. I got it at Walmart had them, except I got it cheaper on eBay. Somebody had like an open box. Maybe somebody opened didn't like it. I mean, it's kind of simple, but it's what I wanted. It does what I wanted to do. So it's kind of like my favorite. Same way with this MOE. I like this MOE foregrip. I mean, I've 3D printed a bunch of stuff. My 3D printer's down. I've murdered so many 3D printers. If you go to Thingiverse, shout out to Thingiverse, and this is a free 3D print that you can download the information for. These are all PLA plus. This is not a very good print. It cracked. It's kind of. It didn't print out good, but I just can't throw it away because I really like it. It's smooth. Anyway, the Punisher foregrip, if you look it up, doesn't use that much plastic, and I choose some settings that's really hard. I mean, this one's still pretty good. I mean, there's a little crack. It's super glue there, but I don't know. I just keep it around. I like it. It has a nice feel to it. You can get these. I put a lot of these on a lot of my cheap markers, and then this is a green one. This one changes color. but you know, then I kind of colored that black. But anyway, just that, I make those on Thingiverse, but this is still better. So this is a MOE. I got this on Amazon. I think it's like 13 or 14 bucks now. When I bought it, it was like 20 bucks. So didn't look like they had a lot of stock left. Maybe they'll come out with some more. I think it's a PVC. I mean, I use PLA Plus. I'm still getting some really strong prints. They hold together in heat, but I think PVC is still pretty badass. So this is PVC. Back over here to the grip. The grip I pulled off of it's like a 177. It's like a pellet gun for 6 hours. So this is a 6 hour grip. We got some stippling. It's for a 177 pellet gun, like a MCX or MPX pellet gun 177. I put this grip on that one. I just kind of like the straightness of this grip, but it has like some really good ridges here to hold on to. You've got a little door you can store some stuff in if you got to. I don't know what you'd store. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, that's kind of it. This is my tabletop for this gun, or this launcher. And when I get some time, we're gonna go out and shoot my pan. I've got a nice pizza pan I've been ripping on. This thing hits the hardest that I've got so far. So all I've really been shooting a lot of these. I mean, shooting a few of everything. We got the 5 gram. This is the steel over the green, the kind of a green color plastic, PVC green. A lot of these, I really like these. These are neat. This is the 3.6 gram, I believe. I think they call them like jawbreakers. I don't know. They make up all kinds of weird names for these things, but they're all on eBay. You just go on eBay and check them out. These are really cheap, but still heavier than the Berna, like 2.5-ish gram ones or whatever they are. So these are still pretty dense, but I can't get over these jewels. Besides the HP 68, which really has like love coming from me, these jewels at 8 grams are pretty sweet. And even just with the 12 gram CO2, yeah, wow. I made a few different kinds of less lethal things, but these things, I like what they do. And I'm not saying they're indestructible, but what I am saying is they take the heat and keep coming back, man. These take the heat and stay in the kitchen, because wow, I don't know. Here it is, the Grimberg Jewel. They even went on sale again right now. So they weren't on sale for a while because they were trying to sell out their 68s. I was trying to buy some more 68s. This is a shout out to Grimberg. Like, he upgraded me. That's why I was talking about it. So what I was doing is, you know, I hustle used electronics on eBay. Looks like my dog is wanting to go outside, so I'm gonna hurry this up. So so I can have extra money. I'm a family man, so there's not a lot of extra money here. You know, we gotta build a family and stuff. So I hustle my side electronics to buy, you know, what I need. And I'm looking at them selling off their HP 68s at Grimberg, and I'm on a mission. I'm trying to get as many as I can, and I ordered some 50, and then I got it, and I was really happy with those. And kind of like with my everyday, you know, I'll show that in another video what I carry around. But they sent me these. They like upgraded me and sent me these jewels, 50 of them for that price. It was like, what? Because I had bought jewels before, but I had only bought, like, when they went on sale, I'd bought like 25 or something, or I don't know, 20 or whatever it was, you know, the small amount. And I've been trying to hold on to those things because, like, I shoot them and I look for them, and I need to build a trap. I've been looking at some of those barrels, and I want to build a trap because I don't want to lose these things. I'm going to set up my garage more. Well, it's like a shed with dirt floor or whatever. I kind of hate it. I went and bought a storage unit to store all the stuff I care about. But I got this garage. I'm going to pull all the shit out of it. Stuff I'm keeping, I'm taking to my storage unit, but if not, I'm going to like set it up and just have me a shooting range in there, because I can't shoot outside because I'm in town, I'm in city limits. Can't really launch stuff with CO2 or whatever. You're not gonna fare well. You piss some cops off, and so I'm really not down for that shit. So I'm gonna set up a shooting range inside my storage unit. like in a trap and all that kind of stuff, or my garage, not my storage unit, my garage and my storage unit. I'll put all the good stuff I want to keep, dressers, whatever. And anyway, so this is just a tabletop. We'll get this out so we can light something up, but I need to do it on a day that I can pump it back up, because this is like my main, this has been years coming. I've been watching all these people. You know, I'm not trying to like throw out names like in a disrespectful way or any way like that. I'm a man. I watch a lot of, you know, PSI Defense Channel. He uses a lot of HPA in his videos. He also has CO2, whatever. But I'm seeing his results with the HPA, and that's why I jumped into it. So this is like, I'm entry. I'm a noob when it comes to this stuff. I mean, I get it, but I just kind of, I seen his numbers and his videos and the consistency you're getting. You know, with CO2, it's great, it's cheap, you should have something in your arsenal, but you've got a steady drop, you know, and it doesn't matter what it is. You got a 12 you got an 8 gram, you got a 12 gram, you got a 16, I don't care what kind of gram you got. At some point you got no grams, and it just drops down. It's like a steady, it's like using a regular battery, you know, it just drops like lead acid battery. But when you go to lithium, it's a steady stream until you get to the end, and then it just drops off. So we got these HPA, like this 13 CI tank, you know, I'm getting the same shot over and over and over again, and of course pumping it up kind of sucks, but you know, I've got another tank coming. I've got like a, I don't know what that is, a 26 CI tank and something else, so I can store some air there, and eventually I want to get to the point where I can have like a big scuba tank or something else, like store a bunch of air for me, and I'll pump that up. But you know, I want to get to that point where I can buy that, you know, that pump, and then we'll be good to go. But I also have a bunch of that other stuff, so I'm not leaving CO2. I've been kind of a CO2 guy forever, mostly because BB guns and pellet guns and stuff like that. But I really like this setup here. This thing rips. This thing is beautiful, and this is a culmination of me watching all kinds of people doing their thing. It's everything from Grimberg down to, you know, we got the PSI Defense, and then we got the SSD. We got all these people, and they're all contributing, and I'm just trying to jump in here, and that's all this is. I don't sell nothing. I don't make nothing out these videos. I'm not a profit. My videos are all weird in every which way. That's why I call it chaos, because I'm not trying to make any money off this. I don't care about that stuff. I don't no. I'm just putting my 2 cents in. I've been working on stuff, like, you know, just side tracking. Someday I'll find something to put this on. We have Picatinny rail with some Punisher on the front. Anyways, this is also off Thingiverse. You want to download Thingiverse. You can't sell your stuff on Thingiverse, but the prints are free. You know, I'm gonna give them a shout out to them. If you want it, it's free. You can probably hire somebody to print for you, but honestly, printers aren't that expensive. So, you know, you can go learn about that stuff. But all in all, I am happy with my latest build. This is it. I don't know if it's going to change from this, but for right now, this is what it is. I definitely want to bring it down some, so you're going to see this drop a couple inches in the future, and then we'll use this stuff on something else. But probably this tank on something else. Once I get this tank just, you know, a few inches shorter, bam, then I'll be happy 100% with this build. And I really like the Wixon detent. I was really tired of that little foamy bullshit, dropping balls out. I know you can go buy some Titman fucking thing in there or whatever. I'm really liking the print for that. So there's some markers they got metal in them, and I really like how they got metal detents. But for this marker, I'm doing really well with his detent. I really like this magazine now. I just, you know, I put 10 rounds in, 13 rounds, whatever it is. You know, you put some rounds in here. I don't fully push it out because the spring to me is kind of flimsy. So I think the 8 gram is probably going to be about right. You know, I've got some 10s, I've got some 10 gram or whatever, but I think the 8 gram for the spring is about as much as I want to push it. I know this can do the D-shaped rounds, but I'm probably going to stick with the Grimbergs. I don't really have any time for any kind of weirdness when, you know, I need to defend my family. And I think this is really good. This is my thing between harsh language and something that uses gunpowder. Now, with that said, it's not always, like, you know, back over the beginning of the video I was talking about, it's not always the right idea. And if you're in Washington State, and let's talk about Washington State for a second, if you go take a launcher, and, you know, you take a launcher and it uses compressed air, compressed gas, whatever, and you launch, you know, say, metal coated, you know, PVC coated metal round, or even just metal. You take metal and you launch it down, pretty soon that's going to look a whole lot like a BB gun, you know. And I'm not saying that's bad. Make sure you're in the situation that you can do that to defend yourself. But in our laws, there isn't any kind of less lethal launchers or this. But you start shooting metal and fucking some of these really high grade rounds, you're going to deal with the same thing that people deal with when they're shooting hollow points or some of these fragmenting, you know, rounds out of these, like, firearms. You're going to sit in front of, you may have had a justified right to defend yourself, and obviously so, but you'll still end up in a courtroom talking about how, why did you use, you know, hollow points when could you just use a regular round, and why I think it's stupid. Like, you were being attacked, and believe me, I think attack's coming. As a man, you're gonna have to defend yourself at some point. It doesn't matter. You know, you're not a man if you don't have to defend yourself. It doesn't work that way. You know, I stopped being a bouncer. You know, and I've got a lot of other stories that are gonna come up under my story section, where I stopped being a bouncer. I don't go to bars. I'm not there anymore. But still, trouble comes knocking at my front door when I least expect it. In fucking flip-flops, basketball shorts, I'm standing there with nothing on me because I'm sleeping. So I'm just saying, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to defend yourself, or else you gotta wrestle and beat people up and run, fucking skin up your knees and elbows, and some of that stupid shit that you did when you're, you know, fuck that. I don't want to do that when I'm a kid. I was a kid a long time ago. I don't want to do that crap, dude. I'm not there for that. You know, this is something that I don't know. It's really easy to take an M17 Valken or the cqmf and get yourself some 50 joules. You know, it really is. You can get there really well. And, you know, you got the police using 20 joules ish. You got the Berna, the standard Berna, coming out with 11 joules if you're lucky. You know, their new LE one, supposedly it's a little bit faster or whatever, but if you get it up to the 50 joule range, dude, I don't want none of these things hitting me. That's all I'm saying. Fuck that. And I don't have a way to chrono and test it. I bought one of these, like, China chronos. I'm gonna try to, like, connect this and shoot some stuff through it, but honestly, whatever. I'm not here to, like, prove myself. I'm just here to, like, help somebody. If they want to know what they want to do, you know, like, if you've ever been locked up and you can't get your hands on, you know, a Glock, then take a look at some of the, you know, the M17, or better yet, the cqmf. It takes a little bit more work to switch out the detent, but you're gonna get this thing $150 cheaper, like the base, and then you can go dress it up how you want. Put your own furniture on it. That's fine. Fix up that mag. Look at the Wixon, the wixon.shop. Go get that. Go get that follower. Fix this shit, and then this mag starts running right. You know, and you can fill it up with more. Probably fill it up with more all you want, but I kind of long-term storage this thing. I just let it sit there. Yeah, this is probably about bang for buck, one of the cheapest things you can build and still get some pretty high pressures. I mean, you can get out there and you can go build yourself, you know, the FSC or, you know, the TCP. You can go build those, but you're gonna spend a lot of money on that. You're gonna be in the $500-600 range before you're happy. I'm still working on mine. I'm still working on my build, and making me happy with it, you know. And I'm like $500-600 in, and I still want an SSD barrel for my FSE. So, you know, like a nice 6-inch barrel. So, I mean, I'll talk about like where I'm at with that launcher in a little bit, and then we'll shoot some HP 68s out of that. I'm going to get that in a later video. I'm also going to get down with another video. I haven't been able to find percussion caps, so we got some number 11 percussion caps. I've been making them. I went and got one of these little like dies. I like stamp them out, and then I've got the mixture, the Primal. So I'm going to start working on that, because I can't go buy caps. That's like different video, different time. So that's kind of what I'm up to. This is me, the Chaos Chief.